Hello, all you fair damsels. I hope that this day has started off well for you. I'm here today to do a little demonstration on tassels for the tassel takeaway. Some of you may want to do them here at the craft retreat, and some may just want to take it home. And so I'm just doing a little video so that you can do that when you're at home. So I made a few tassels over time. This one here is the first one that I created, and she's really fluffy. And I designed her so that she would hang in my studio and just be pretty. So she's just a little pretty girl. This one here is longer, a little bit fuller, and I love it. She's a little bit different than what I usually do. I usually make them a little bit softer. But here is the one that this video is going to demonstrate. And your kits are going to include everything that you see here. Your kits are going to be different colored, and I'm going to go through those in this video. Here's another one that I made. I left this one slightly longer. So it's going to be entirely up to you how long you want to actually leave your tassels. There should be enough textile in your package, and they look like this. They have all your silks, and this is for the lavender package. So it's got a little bit of everything, and I'm going to be repeating myself in the demonstration. But you will want to cut your silk pieces approximately the length of what you're going to want to make your tassel. So if you want, I think this is a 7-inch tassel from here to here. I'm just including the silk. I think it's 7 inches, so I had to cut them 14 inches long because they fold in the center. So the tassel is created for the journals that you were working on here at the retreat. So they reflect that. They're not really very fluffy and puffy, although I think that it probably turned out a little bit that way after the fact. But they're supposed to just hang very neatly and nicely off of your journals. But it's entirely up to you how long you want to create them. Anyway, the rest of the video is going to explain that. All right, fair damsels, I hope that you are having a wonderful time here at the retreat. I'm going to do a quick demonstration of the tassel that you just saw at the beginning of this video. If I can get it all right, then you will have seen it at the beginning of this video. Anyway, this is for the little make and take tassel that we're going to put together, and it's going to hang somewhere on your journal, or it doesn't have to. It can hang anywhere you want it to hang, but it is going to be sized for our journals that we have been working on. So you're going to have collected a little package, and it's going to look like this. And this one is for those of you that got the lavender package. So you're going to have all sorts of little pieces that you're going to tear up, cut up, and make your little tassel with. So there's some silk, and there's some very soft cotton. There are some fibers, some really pretty fibers. And then you're going to have a little accessory package. And then you're going to have a piece of wire. So that is what your package is going to include. And I'm going to try and follow along with that in what I have prepared here. Now, I'm not sure at the time of recording this, but there may be some lace at the front that you can go and kind of sift through and see if there's anything that you want to add from that. So these packages are geared so that your tassel is going to be 6 to 8 inches long. And so after we trim them up, you can trim them to what you want. But the pieces of silk the pieces of silk that I showed you are geared towards that length. So what I have here is some really, really soft white cotton. And then I also have a piece of super soft silk in the lighter color. And then I also have a piece in a dyed lavender. I have my fibers and I have my accessory pieces here and my piece of wire. And you don't really need a lot of tools for this, and I'm going to have my tools at the front, so if you need a little bit of help with that, then I have those up front. And what I use is the little rounded nose needle nose pliers. I have my wire cutters, and then I have my little flat nosed needle nose pliers. And I'm going to have those at the front if you need any help. So first of all, you have to decide exactly how wide you want to tear your pieces of silk. And I like anywhere from 1/2 inch, just less than 1/2 inch, because that really tears nicely with the silk. So that is what I'm going to do. And I just eyeball it like this. We'll see if, oops, we'll see. Tear far enough into the silk so that it will tear nicely for you. And there we go. It has torn beautifully. So I'm going to do that with all of my pieces, and then I'm going to come back. So I tore everything up that I had, and I don't know if I'm going to use it all because I don't want a super puffy, fluffy tassel. The one thing is really important when you are taking out your pieces like this. Super important that they that you measure them. They're about 42 inches. These are about 42 inches. So if you are planning on a 6-inch tassel, then you'll need to make sure that you've cut, after you have torn your silk, that you cut them 12 inches long. Because if you cut them shorter than that or longer than that, then they won't be there won't be enough for everything. And there's actually a lot of silk here because I cut them over 2 inches wide. So there'll be 4 long strips, and it actually tears quite nicely. I just tear it in one whole strip, or you can cut it into the length that you want your tassel to be. So if you want it 6 inches long, then you will cut 12 inches. At 12 inches you'll cut. So I just want to mention that because if you cut them too long, then your tassel won't be as full. So I have all these bits and pieces here. So I'm going to start laying them out for what I want. So I need to take my piece of wire like that. Oops. And the wire is about 7 to 8 inches long. So I'm just going to start laying out my pieces kind of about there. So, and mine are all different lengths right now just because I'm using up scraps. And so, and that's what you're going to do. You're just going to lay everything out that you want in your tassel, and then you're going to see how full it is, and then we'll start organizing it. So I'm just taking all the bits and pieces that I have here, just laying it out. And I didn't bother to iron mine. You can if you want. I just kind of like it. I like the torn look, so I just left it like that. And you can see this one's a little bit wider. And that's okay. That's okay. These aren't long enough for me to cut them into 12-inch lengths because this was just a scrap piece of silk that I had left over. So I'm just going to lay them out as I go. And my cotton was a lot shorter, so I make sure that they're always in the center. In the center here for this. Let's see. Let me see, how do I like that? Ooh, that's really pretty. When I look at it, then I can see that, oh, I need to kind of reorganize my pieces a little bit so that I'm not just all pink or lavender on top, that I actually have other pieces that also are sitting on top. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And there is no right or wrong way to do this. It's however you choose to do it. There is absolutely no right or wrong with this. It's just fun, and it adds just a little bit of interest to your project. All right, so let me see, how does that look? Yeah, I like that. So they're just kind of gonna lie a little bit. Let's see. I need to be in the center of it, because not everything was as long as the other. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so now I'm going to take and lay it down. And if you can see, I've got about 1.5 inches on that side. So I'm going to take my wire, I'm going to bring it up like this so you can see what I'm doing. I'm folding it over, and I'm going to fold it over tight, just like that. And then I can see what my tassel is doing. So pretty. Now, if I don't like it, I want to kind of move things around a bit, I can still do that. So I'm going to bring that on top. So I just kind of shift that. Just kind of reorganize your tassel a little bit. There is no science with this at all. All right, I like that. I like it. It's all good. Okay. So now I make sure it is tight, because you don't want to be pulling your pieces out really tight, and I just start winding it. I want to only wind this one right here. I want to wind that one around just a few times. Not a lot, just a few times like that. And there, we're good. So now I'm going to cut that piece off. And this is where you'll have, if you didn't bring your own wire cutters, you'll just snip that off like that. Get rid of it wherever. All right, so let's see what we have here. Yes, beautiful. So now you've got this nice straight wire, and it's long enough. Now you're going to grab, oh, I love that. So soft. I love those soft colors. Let's see what's all in. There's a lot of things in this bag, and a lot of things that you're not even going to use. So you're going to take your bead cap. You may or may not use, but you won't use it all on the same tassel. So you put your bead cap on, and you can kind of snug this one up a little bit, because this one's a little bendy. Snug that up a little bit if you want. So you can make them as full as you want. So that's good. And now I have, in here I have the bead. I have some of those rondelles. I've got some bead caps. I've got a lot. So you can mix and match and see what suits your fancy best when you're putting your dangled part together on top. So I want to do, let's see, I want to pop one of these on first, like that. And then I'm going to pop a bead cap on the bottom. Oh, that's pretty already. There is no right or wrong way. Look how pretty that is, right? And then I can decide I want to put another bead cap on the top, because there is all these extra pieces like that. Now I can add another one of those, add upside down bead cap. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Pop on my little sparkly bit. And this is going to be at the front of the class. So you can come and take a look. There'll be a couple sitting there. And then pop that on. Oh, that's really pretty. I like that. I like it, like it, like it. So that's great. So I'm going to tie that off, and you might need some help with this. If you don't have tools, just come up to the front and I will help you with this if you need help with it. Because I've done, I don't know, 1 million or so. And I have videos on how to make loops, how to put dangles together, the different wires, and you know what makes this wire better than that wire, etc., etc. And I'm going to link some of that into the description box here, just so that if you want to carry on and make more for yourself or learn more, you can. So there we go. That is it. And then I'm just going to cut this off. Trim that piece off. You have more wire than what you need, but I know because I've done so many, I've worked with so much wire, I can get by with less wire. So there we go. Now you can kind of reorganize some of the pieces that are kind of all over the place. And if you have a little bit of a pokey thing there, just take and give it a little pinch like that. There, I think this is really pretty. Whoops. I want to just tighten that up just a little bit. There, that's really pretty. Now I need to cut it to length. And so I'm going to take my scissors and give it a bit of a trim. Trim that off. There we go. So there we have a beautiful little tassel that's going to hang on your journals. Oh, they're so pretty. They're so fun to make. They are really a lot of fun to make. If you have any questions, just come and ask me. If you need help or anything like that, just let me know. I'm more than happy to pop by and just help you. Anyway, I hope you're all enjoying this wonderful retreat. I hope that you've had a lot of fun. I'm sure that we all will. It's going to be so special. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Bye-bye.